Hi Taurus, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of August 14th through the 20th. This is for Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, and Taurus Rising signs. So Taurus, I'm using my Morgan Greer tarot deck along with the Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Alright, Taurus, so at the bottom of the deck I do have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Eight of Pentacles, I see many of you working very hard, definitely. There could be some Taurians that maybe you just landed a new job, you could be learning a new skill, maybe even having to take some classes for work or something like that. But I see many of you working very hard, really concentrating on your work. Now, if you don't work for a living, this could be a project, this could be something that you're building, something that you're very focused on this week and working very hard, putting a lot of energy and effort into this. Now, the overall energy is the Eight of Rods. So you have a couple of eights here. So 8, the number 8 could be significant for some of you, but 8 for me is a karmic number. So for some of you could be dealing with some karmic energies or even karmic lessons. With the Eight of Rods as the overall energy, this is an incredibly creative energy, definitely very passionate, very creative energy, but it also can represent for some of you, maybe there's a lot going on. There could be a lot happening, a lot that's taking place this week. And then for other Taurians, maybe this is communication that's coming in very suddenly. There could actually be a lot of communication going back and forth between you and another person. And with the High Priestess here, this is very interesting. You have a couple of twos here in this spread. So a partnership of some kind could be very significant. Or maybe you're making a decision here with the High Priestess, and then we have the Two of Rods. And with the High Priestess, she's a very kind of secretive, mysterious type of energy. So there could be some Taurians that maybe you're making some moves here, making some plans and keeping things to yourself. With the High Priestess, she's someone who plays her cards close to her chest. So there could be some Taurians that you're definitely keeping things to yourself. You could be manifesting quietly here. With the Two of Wands, this is you very focused on the future. You're making those plans. You're very focused on the future. And some of you are literally about to walk down this new path. It's an exciting new beginning with the Ace of Rods here. Maybe something you're very passionate about. It could be a new relationship. Could be a new romantic relationship. It could be a new business partnership for some of you. Your intuition is definitely speaking to you about this week. I see many of you very intuitive, so listen to your intuition, but I see you starting something new here. Now, for some of you, it's a secret. You're keeping it to yourself with the Ace of Rods and the High Priestess. And maybe it's something you've had to be patient with, because then we also have the Nine of Rods here, so very interesting. Which the Nine of Rods can be someone who's been through the ringer, someone who's very tired, but still, you know, they're hanging in there. This is someone who's persevering, someone who actually has a lot of inner strength. So things might be starting to happen for some of you this week, especially if you're a Taurus that has had to wait, or you're maybe physically, you could be emotionally and physically exhausted. This is something with the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe you've been working on this for a long time, you've had to wait, or maybe you've dealt with some challenges around this, but things could be starting to happen for some of you where there's some really positive communication that's coming in for some of you, because I feel like this is things starting to happen here, and it's because of that hard work, that energy, that effort that you've put into this. Now things are starting to happen. And with the Ace of Rods, it's very exciting. This is very exciting. And with the Six of Pentacles, this could be, you know, information, news that you're receiving, but it could also have to do with a loan. So maybe you were a Taurus that was waiting on like a loan to be approved or something like that. dealing with some unknowns around this. I feel like trying to stay balanced this week is very important. For some of you, that's emotionally. But I also feel like some of you are physically tired. Again, you've been working so hard and maybe you've been working so hard trying to get this thing off the ground as well, and maybe dealing with some obstacles here or feeling challenged. So really trying to stay balanced this week, that's very significant. With the 9 of Rods, the 5 of Swords, this is interesting. We have the 5 of Swords, I have the 10 of Rods. So the good news is we have the 9 and the 10 of Rods. So 10s represent cycles that are completing. We actually have the 8, the 9, and the 10. Then we have the 1. So for some Taurians, there's a cycle within your life that's definitely completing here. This is a nice progression, but I think that it hasn't been easy for whatever reasons. There's been a lot of unknowns or maybe some uncertainty around this. You've had some challenges that you've had to overcome, but you know, with the 9 of Rods and the 10 of Rods here, you've been hanging in there. You haven't dropped this heavy load. You've been persevering. So, and honestly, with the 5 of Swords, it can be a more aggressive energy. This can be a person that literally will do whatever they have to do to win, whatever they have to do to be successful. So for some Taurians, I mean, certainly because you've been dealing with this situation, I mean, this could be you coming through a little bit more aggressive this week. And you know, sometimes in life, that's what's needed. You know, that's not always a bad thing. So for some of you, this is you wanting to win here. And, you know, I think your intuition is definitely speaking to you this week. So when it comes to this, definitely, if you can, maybe spend some time alone, meditate, listen to your intuition when it comes to this. But I'm definitely seeing communication, news coming in for many of you, with the 8 of Rods as the overall energy, and then the Knight of Cups here, and the 6 of Pentacles. I think that you're hearing something, you're receiving some sort of positive communication. It's maybe inspiring some of you, but this is making you very, very happy. And you're moving on, you're pushing forward. That's really what I'm getting for you. You're pushing forward, even though not all is known, you're still pushing forward, Taurus. So overall, honestly, I don't think it's going to be a bad week whatsoever. I think you're very close to manifesting something wonderful within your life, Taurus. It's something it's very exciting. It's something you're very passionate about, and you've come this far. You know, you're almost there. It's almost time. Just stay focused, continue on working very hard, putting that energy, that effort into this, because it's going to pay off. Like I mentioned, these are karmic. This is a karmic number for me, karmic energy. So, you know, what it is that you're putting out, it's going to come right back to you. So just stay focused, continue on working hard, because it's going to pay off. Now, this Ace of Rods, I mean, again, it could be a partnership, a new relationship, a new partnership, an exciting new beginning, a business. I feel like it's something you're passionate about. You've come this far. You know, it's something you've been working towards, but it can be different for all of you, of course. But let me pull you an additional guidance card. All right, additional guidance for Taurus. What else does Taurus need to know? Please show me. Taurus, additional guidance for Taurus for this upcoming week. There we go. Okay, interesting. We have walk away. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. That's very interesting. Okay, so if there was deception with the 5 of Swords and the High Priestess, and maybe it's a business partnership, maybe it's a romantic partner, or even a family member, someone you work with, if there's been secrets and deception, and maybe you've been putting up with this situation, you know, I can see here that some of you are physically exhausted, but you've been hanging in there. So, I mean, for a certain number of you, it might be time to walk away. If you're a Taurus that is dealing with an unhealthy situation, but you've been putting up with it, this is confirming that maybe it's time for you to walk away. And what I'm going to do is actually pull another card for you guys, because I don't feel like all of you are going to resonate with this. But, you know, for those of you that need to hear this, need to see this, you know, I feel like this is very significant for you, especially if you've been dealing with conflicts, arguments, deception, but you've been kind of just hanging in there and staying in this situation. This is definitely for you, but I want to pull another card for those other Taurians that they can't relate to this. Additional guidance for Taurus. There could even be some Taurians that you're in a karmic relationship. That definitely could be a possibility for some of you. Okay, wow. It's like night and day. So for those other Taurians that can't relate to this, your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. So this is the wish card in this deck. So for those other Taurians, you know, you've been kind of putting up with something. You're so close to manifesting this new beginning, and I think that this is confirming that for you. Your wish is coming true. So, I mean, this is beautiful. There will be, though, a small group of Taurians watching this that you might be able to relate to both of these messages. If you walk away and you maybe leave this difficult environment or relationship, and it could be a karmic one, if you cut that karmic cord, for some of you, if you walk away, you'll be rewarded with maybe something you've been wishing for, something that's going to make you very happy. So very interesting reading for you guys, Taurus, this week. So I hope that you found it helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you're interested in receiving a private reading from me, please head on over to northeasttarot.com. I do wish you all a wonderful week. Take care.